This worksheet's pretty simple. All we're going to be doing is converting from radical expressions to expressions with rational exponents. It's pretty simple, and then you're just going to plug them in your calculator and solve. So what we have here on A is the square root of 12 to the first. But if the root is a 2, we don't write it, and if the exponent is a 1, we don't write it. So, I'll state that again for those of you who weren't listening. The square root of 12 can also be written as the second radical of 12 to the first. If the root is a 2, then we don't write that little number in the, it's just saying what times itself, 2 times is 12. And then if the exponent on a number is 1, we don't write it. So I just wrote it this way to show you how to convert. When you go from radical to rational exponents, 12 stays the same. This number becomes the numerator, and this number becomes the denominator. So 12 to the 1/2. So the square root of 12 and 12 to the 1/2 are the same number. I'll show you. So if I were to do the square root of 12 or 12 raised to the 1/2, either way I'm going to get the same number. You will. We're not going to do it on this part, but when you do your assignment, you will. Yeah. Yeah, so for B, it's 18. And this exponent, if it's on the inside or the outside, it's the same. The only time it makes a difference is if you have a negative number on the inside, it can cause problems, but we're not going to do that. So this would be 18. What would the numerator be? 3, and the denominator would be 2. Okay? Exponent is the numerator, and the root number is the denominator. If there is no root, it's a 2. If there's no number, it's a 2 for square root. Right. The root is always a 2 unless it's stated otherwise. Okay. If we look at C, that's going to be 20 to the 5/3. This would be 24 to the 2/3. Okay. And then on E, we're going to go backwards. What would E look like in radical form? It's just the square root of 6. What would F be? 4th root of 5 to the 1st. Okay, how would you do G? The 3rd root of 7, and the 8 can either go inside or it can go outside, but not both. And again, there are some times where putting the root inside is different than outside, but it's only if you have negatives and if your exponent is even. But we're not going to worry about that. Okay, and then this would be the 6th root of 200 to the 7th. So that's all you're going to be doing on your portion of the worksheet, and I also want you to figure out the decimals. So you can plug it in either form. So I could do 200 raised to the 7/6. Now, does anybody have a calculator that uses the caret instead of actually lifting the exponent? So if your calculator has the caret, that fraction needs to be in parentheses. So you would type in this, 200 caret 7 divide 6. If you leave it like this, it's going to raise 200 to the 7th, and then divide that number by 6, which is not right at all. What you want to do is raise it to the 7/6. If I chose to enter it in this way, how do you take the 6th root of something? So you would do, let me enter this so I can show you it's the same. So 6 math, and then we do x root of 200 to the 7th. And those numbers should be the same. So I don't care which way you plug it in. which is also known as, yes, 30, 30 to the 4th. Yep. Okay, this worksheet shouldn't take you very long, but I'm going to hand back your tests, and you'll need to do test corrections. Okay?